Britain is preparing for the biggest protective security operation since the 2023 coronation of King Charles. They have planned for just about every eventuality ahead of US President Donald Trump's second state visit, which is unprecedented for a non-royal. While any visit by a foreign head of state to Britain requires significant policing preparations, the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk in Utah last week, as well as the attempted assassination of Trump last year, has intensified the consideration of potential threats. The President is on the ground for less than 48 hours and will not visit Downing Street, address Parliament, or even find time to play a round of golf. On the 17th of September, President Trump will meet King Charles and Queen Camilla, as well as the Prince and Princess of Wales, in the grounds of Windsor Castle, west of London, before riding in an open carriage through the estate and attending a state banquet that evening. On the 18th of September, Trump is expected to meet Prime Minister Keir Starmer at Chequers, the grand country manor granted to sitting prime ministers in Britain, before returning to the United States. Thames Valley Police, which is the force responsible for Windsor and the surrounding areas, said it started to increase local patrols and security measures last week in preparation for the visit. Airspace over the town will be restricted for the duration of the visit, with a legal order enforced using police drones and helicopters. Specialist armed forces will be protecting Trump, Britain's royal family, and politicians, as well as patrolling the crowds expected to gather for the carriage procession. Britain has some of the strictest gun laws in the world. People who want to own firearms for legitimate reasons, like farming and sport, must apply for a license from the police and pass a series of checks that were tightened further this year. Around 497,000 people hold gun licenses in England and Wales, out of a population of about 60 million. The ownership of most handguns was banned after a 1996 school shooting in Scotland, and most legally owned firearms in Britain are shotguns. But for Trump's visit, armed police from across England and Wales, where only 4% of officers are authorised to carry firearms, are being sent to London and Windsor to bolster the ranks of local forces. Police snipers will be taking the high ground to ensure there are no buildings, rooftops, or fire escapes where somebody could get a line of sight. The big challenge for organisers has been finding a way of ensuring that Trump feels he has been given a full state visit with all the trimmings. And for that, a heavy dose of royalty is being relied on. On arrival to the UK, the Trumps will be met by US Ambassador Warren Stevens. The Viscount Hood Lord-in-Waiting will welcome them on behalf of the King. On Wednesday, they will travel to Windsor Castle, where they will be greeted by the Prince and Princess of Wales, before being formally welcomed by the King and Queen. A royal salute will be fired in Windsor and at the Tower of London. The scale of the ceremonial reception at Windsor has been stepped up, with 1,300 troops and 120 horses involved. Following lunch, the President will visit St. George's Chapel in Windsor to lay a wreath on the tomb of Queen Elizabeth II. Later, there will be a flypast by UK and US F-35 military jets and the Red Arrows. On Wednesday evening, a traditional state banquet will be held at the castle, during which both the King and the President will deliver speeches. On Thursday, the President will travel to Chequers to meet the Prime Minister. They will view the Sir Winston Churchill archives before holding a meeting and a news conference. Melania Trump will remain at Windsor Castle, where she will tour the Royal Library with Queen Camilla and see Queen Mary's Doll's House, a famous miniature palace built in the 1920s. Melania Trump will then meet Chief Scout Dwayne Fields with Princess Catherine, who is joint president of the Scout Association. She will then join her husband at Chequers before they return to the US. Traditionally, US presidents serving a second term, like Trump, are not offered a state visit. Instead, they are invited for tea or lunch with the monarch, as happened with former Presidents Barack Obama and George W. Bush. But in February, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer handed Trump an invitation from King Charles during a White House meeting to discuss a UK-US trade deal. Starmer said the visit was truly historic and unprecedented.
The answer is yes. On behalf of our wonderful First Lady, Melania, and myself, the answer is yes, and we look forward to being there and honoring the King and honoring really your country. Your country is a fantastic country, and it'll be our honor to be there. Thank you very much.